Welcome to Disability Empowerment Now, Season 4. I'm your host, Keith Murphy DiCincini. Today I'm talking to Eddie Catch. Eddie, welcome to the show.
Thank you. I'm happy to be here.
So usually I do a bit in the intro about who you are, but I wanted to have it be heard in your own words, your own voice. So please tell the listeners and viewers who you are and what kind of event brings you to this podcast today.
Okay. Hello. So my name is Eddie Cash. I am a dancer who works with the Dancing with the Blind, and I do a bunch of different types of dancing routines with them, like to prepare for the event that's coming up in June 14th. So we do like a little group dance, and we start to learn like different types of moves to prepare for Dancing with the Blind event where we would what's it where we will bring a bunch of enjoyment to the audience, and we show them even though we are blind, we can still do anything as much as possible.
Thank you, Eddie. Do you know much about the history of the organization or the event? Because this is the first time I'm hearing of it, and I
Hmm.
would like to know more about the organization, the event, and how you yourself got involved with dancing for the blind.
So the way I joined Dancing with the Blind. So, like 2 years ago, I had a dancing event with one of my dance teachers named Anthony Solo Harris, and I had to go to a NJPAC center in Newark, New Jersey, and I ended up meeting Crystal Allen and Aquila after I was done with my performance. So they were telling me about how Eyes Like Mine works, and then I also ended up hearing about Dancing with the Blind. So when I heard about the Dancing with the Blind, I was like, let me see if I could try to join into that competition to see if I can win the championship. And most of those organization that I have heard, it was a very fun event to be in the Dancing with the Blind where I got to, learn about different things where where like they come into group with each other to welcome everybody with open arms. And I see that it's a very good place to be in with Eyes Like Mine, with also Dancing with the Blind. And it's a very fun organization to be in.
So, Eddie, what inspired your passion for dance and dancing? I personally can answer that. It's in watching the old movies of Gene Kelly and Fred Astaire. Those are actors your mother and father would know. Old time movies. Uh, And I just loved the way that the actors would be able to move with their feet, move their bodies, and get the amount of energetic energy from those performances. So tell me, Eddie, what captured your interest in dancing?
Okay, so the reason why I love dancing is because when I was in high school 2 years ago, my dance teacher that I've been working with now for 4 years, which is Anthony Solo Harris, I met him in a an assembly at my high school named Kearny High School, and he was showing different ways of dance moves, getting people on their feet and just making them have fun, and then bringing some of the students on stage to dance with them. And the music that he was playing was which Jersey is called Jersey Club songs. And the way the type of the music is, it's like a fast pace type beat music. And when I first met him after the assembly, uh I got to talk to him for a little bit. I got to understand how he does different things with music and dancing, and I just fell in love with it to the point where it got me out of my comfort zone a little bit. So I started to work with him for the past 4 years. And now that I've been dancing, so all I wanted to do is just, keep practicing more of my dance moves, and learn all different types of ways of movement. And I always feel very excited doing it every single time when I'm dancing with my dance teacher. As any time I go to, like, let's say different types of events that he brings me on to, and me and my dance teacher, we always be having fun as much as possible and bringing the audience so much joy as much as we can.
So, pardon me for asking this question, but a
Hmm.
lot of people, I think, would be surprised when they hear that blind people or people with low vision
Hmm.
like to dance or want to dance uh, because they they don't know how it can be done. So take us through that process of learning how to dance and competing in a professional competition when you can't see.
So the way I dance and get prepare myself for a dancing event is by feeling the music, and then I would try to create simple types of moves with my dance teacher. So the way he would teach me how to learn different types of moves is by where he'll I would start to like feel his arms to see what type of moves is he's doing, and then he'll try to show me how to do it. And as soon as I do it, like let's say like 5 to 6 times, the more I do it, the more muscle memory I'm going to have to do it automatically right on the spot when I'm performing those moves in the competition.
And talk more about the training regiment that you do with your trainer leading up to the event and how much work it takes to prepare for a dance routine.
So the way me and my dance teacher do the routine is by we we talk about what moves are we gonna do first, then we'll try to do like one of the moves one at a time, slowly with no music. Try to do it at least 2 to 3 times to get it right on point. And as soon as we learn the move together, we'll try it with music just to see how it feels. And then if it doesn't work, we're still gonna try again by following the lyrics of a song to to be in sync with the dance moves and the lyrics at the same time. And we would practice for like at least maybe 2 or 3 hours, for like let's say 2 days of the week, up until the performance comes around. And that's how we get all the moves that we learn together by figuring out how to move a certain way with the music and following through with the lyrics by feeling the energy of the music at the same time.
So, what did it feel like for you to win last year's competition?
And so when I found out that I won the 2024 Dancing with the Blind champion, I was so excited because people didn't know that I can dance very well, but at the same time, they only saw me that it didn't look like I was blind, but I was actually blind. It's just that the way I move with some of the music that I listen to, like let's say if it was hip hop music or Jersey club music, I feel the energy of the music as much as possible as I can. And then what I do is before I start to dance, I just take one breath, relax my mind, and just go with the flow of the music by um what's the word? By just feeling the energy of the crowd into yeah,
Take your time. We're in
yeah.
no rush.
Hmm.
So, you just graduated high school, am I right? A few years ago.
Yes, I graduated high school 2 years ago, which is 2023.
So, what's next for you? What do you want to do with your life?
And so right now, uh I'm still trying to look for like a part-time job around like in the summer. So that's what I'm trying to do. And it during like the winter time, now that I graduated from high school, um, I work as a DJ uh for like high school basketball games at my high school. So I do that for between December all the way up into February. And I play like different types of music for the audience and also goes for the players. So I do varsity boys and also varsity girls for Kearny High School, and that's what I pretty much do, and I am still dancing to this day, and that's what I'm doing now.
What got you into being a DJ?
So the reason why I got myself into DJ is where um I seen, like, let's say, little video clips on social media of how some of the DJs were, playing music, how they, remix some of their music and just hype up the crowd a little bit, where it makes them, have fun, and they're also having a good time during, like, let's say if it's a party or at a game. So I wanted to, work as a DJ for my high school, because I know, like, a bunch of different musics that I keep track of. And some of the kids that knows me, they love listening to, let's say if it was hip hop with a mix of like R&B and, let's say, like, pop music. So I would try to find different types of artists that's in the genre of, like, let's say 1990s hip hop. Then you got one with hip hop rap with mix of like R&B. And then you got Hispanic music, which I also do for the high school, because there's some of the people in the audience is Hispanic. So I would like find different types of artists that, that does like Spanish music, and then the other music I would do Jersey Club. So I have, like, let's say, four playlists with different types of artists on there. And the way I do for the the music at the basketball games, so they have like a Bluetooth system that I'm able to connect to with my iPhone. And all I have to do is, once I'm connected, is that I use my voiceover feature, and I would scroll to different playlists that I'm using, and I would just select like one song, and it'll start playing off the speakers, and I will play it during, like, like the warm-up games through to the ending of the games. Like, let's say during timeouts, I play a couple of songs. Halftime, I will play, like, let's say 6 to 7 songs until the end. And that's pretty much how I use the little bit of the DJing skills that I have now, as much as I can.
What do you prefer doing? Being a DJ or dancing? Or is it too hard to choose one over the other?
To be honest, I like both. It's just for right now, I just want to, like, focusing more of my, dance skills, because I want to try to, like, go to other dance competitions to see if I could try to, like, enter one of them with my dance teacher. And I want to try to learn more skills with the DJing, so to see if I can, try to use my little bit of more experience with the DJing skills with, to try to go to like other events for people that, that loves different types of music, and I could try to play some of the music that they like, and I could try to do, a little bit of song requests that they asked me to put on, and I would try to do that as much as I can, as long as I, take it just step by step.
Do you write your own music or do you just do DJing?
So I only do DJing. I don't really like write my own music. So I just like find off of Apple Music different types of artists, like, let's say that I listen to, or let's say what people also listen to. And I try to keep up with some of the artists album, like brand new albums that come out. like let's say every Friday of the week, and I would try to add the brand new songs on the playlists that I have, so that way some of the audience can hear, new music instead of the old music that I already have. So I try my best is to keep up with different types of new albums that are coming out every Friday.
What do you wish that people knew about not only you, but your competitors in general as you are dancing?
So for me, I just want people to to know that like I said, even though you're blind, you can still keep dancing however you want as long as you have fun with the music, feeling the energy. And if people want to, like ask questions about like how do I lose my vision, I don't mind them, asking me those type of questions because sometimes people don't really understand how it happened, but I try to put it into a little bit of details of how I lost my vision. And when there will be times where I am, you know, uh dancing, people be saying that it doesn't look like that I'm blind, but I'm actually blind. It's just that once let's say once they see my cane that I use every day, that's how they know that I'm blind. But the way I move is like I'm just like having fun with with the music and then having a blast as much as I can and just block out some of the negative energy that like let's say that people want to like let's say like they try to like let's say like they try to bring me down just because I'm trying to because I'm always like positive with the heart of gold at the same time.
Since you brought it up, how did you lose your vision? And was the adaptation period for you, what was that like?
So the way I lost my vision, so this was during middle school, and I lost my vision at the age of 15. So the way it started, so it was those days where like every time I would, wake up from sleeping, there would be at times like both of my eyes it will be blurry, and I'm like telling my mom that I'm like, Ma, what's like I can't see. So then at one point it would my vision will go back the way it was, but then it got to a point where it started on my left eye, then it started to go blurry, then it stayed stuck like that. Then it started transferring to the right eye a little bit, and then it got to the point where I had to go to the Presbyterian Hospital in New York City to see what's going on. I had to go to the eye doctor, and then after the eye doctor started to see what was going on, I ended up being admitted to the hospital for a while. Then I had to do these, a bunch of surgeries to figure out what's going on with my vision. And then they ended up telling me and my mom that my skull crushed my nerves to the point where that's how I lost my vision. So they had to start doing surgery from the left eye to see if they could try to, you know, sh shave some of the skull, some of the bone in my skull down to see if like the nerves will be, relieved, and they had to do it on the same thing on the right eye. And I was in the hospital for like 2.5 months for, to for them to do all different types of tests. Like let's say if it was CT scan, then a bunch of just different things that they had to do to see what was going on with my nerves at that point.
How did your skull cut your nerves to your eyes? That sounds incredibly painful. Did they tell you how it happened to you when you were 15?
It's and so apparently what they told me and my mom, so it was a bone overgrowth that that I had, where they told me and my mom that my skull was like 11 centimeters. So that's where it ended up leading to crushing my nerves in my eyes. And they said it was supposed to be 2 to 3 centimeters of my skull. So that's how it ended up crushing my nerves to the point where they had to do so many tests on me to figure out how that happened. And I didn't really like feel no like pain from it. It's just that like as I was like 15 and all this stuff started happening to me like so quickly, I didn't really note like feel it like happening. The only thing I noticed that my nerves was changing by my vision starting to like deteriorate a little by little, by me not seeing, much as like a lot of things that I used to see like back then.
So, if you don't mind, talk about what the adoption process was. Once you found out uh, from the doctors what had happened, how
So
was it learning how to function again?
so the way I had to, let myself know like that these doctors had to do what they had to do. So I told myself that even though, I started to notice that I wasn't going to be able to, like play basketball anymore or do some of the things that I normally do as, as a 15-year-old. So when I started hearing them, talk about me with different things, what they had to do, I was like, I was like, uh, I was like, screw it, let them do what they got to do. I'm gonna just leave it in God's hands by, let by letting them walk me through what's going on with my vision, and also God telling me that he's gonna, help me take it step by step and walk me through uh a hard a hard path by me, losing my vision now. And as long as I, keep my head up with the heart of gold and staying positive, I'm not gonna let nothing, phase me. But at the same time, it did take some time to, just to try to get over it. But at the same time, there will be days, that I'm not feeling myself because of me losing my vision, but like the next day I'll like bounce back up to stay positive, and I just show different people, like, even though that you're blind, you can still keep going as much as possible by just taking step by step and walking with God as much as possible, and to just be like grateful of what you're doing now.
Do you miss your vision?
To be honest, I really do miss uh having my vision. But at the same time, I like I told myself that maybe one day I'll get my vision back. But I also told myself again that I'm just gonna do different things that I'm gonna be learning now that I lost my vision. Like, let's say, learning how to use Braille, learning how to use technology more often, and learning how to use my cane skills until there's some type of research to see if I can ever get my vision back. So all I do is, take my time and take it step by step by by um by staying positive as much as I can.
Thank you for your authenticity.
You're welcome.
What do you hope, or what do you wish that neurotypicals uh, would understand and would learn about people who are blind and about uh, professional adaptive athletics like dancing with the blind? What do you hope that people take away from this interview that we're doing today?
So I would say I would say that if some of these people will try to, to join the Dancing with the Blind, and they want to learn how things work, is by, listening to some of the informations that we do as a group with all do that we do as a group. And some of the things that we do is we do, like, let's say a bunch of flyers, or let's say we would have like different videos of how some of us that are blind, the way we do different things, like, let's say um like we would do a group dance, and one of the other dance teachers that are there, they would that's also like that has vision, they will teach us a move that they already like created, and they will put that onto us by learning the moves slowly and carefully, by putting us all in a line to learn the moves slowly, so that way the people that are blind, they can try to get it on point, and try to learn those moves by trying it so many times as much as they can.
Also, to ask you is, what's the positive feedback? What do you what what do you what would you say to the people out there to encourage them, even though that they have a disability or that they're blind, that they can do anything?
Okay, so the positive energy I would tell them is that always stay strong, always keep your head up as much as you can with the heart of gold, and never let nobody tell you what you love to do by, let's say, if it was dancing or doing some type of fun hobby that you love to do. And for me, that's the way my type of motive is, by me just keep going forward and stronger. And as long as you have the heart of gold, you would make it in life and be happy with positive energy. Don't let nobody try to bring you down with negative energy just because they see you having a good time and having a good life every single day.
So the 2025 dancing competition, Dancing with the Blind, it's coming up very soon. Can you tell us more about that upcoming event?
It's on June 14th, which is in a week or so. I'm going to be passing on the baton to the next winner of Dancing with the Blind 2025 champion, where I will be doing my champion performance dance that I'm doing with two other dancers, and then that competition is going to be with five people. So let's see which teams are going to be winning, and it's going to be a lot of people there. We're going to have a great time, and we're going to show people what we do as a blind community, which is Eyes Like Mine and Dancing with the Blind, and we're going to show them that how the way we run things. And
And then
So, where will the event be exactly, and what time will it take place on June 14th? Do you know?
so on June 14th, it's going to be between 4 p.m. to 8 p.m. and it's going to
Rutgers,
be at Jersey City.
nope, Rutgers
Oh,
University,
Rutgers University,
Paul Robinson,
Paul Robinson
Campus Center,
Campus Center,
Newark, New Jersey.
Newark, New Jersey.
Eddie, any final thoughts as we wrap up this interview? And I want to thank you and your mother, Virginia, coming on. Any final thoughts?
And to be honest, I really love the podcast that we did. It was very interesting. It's my first time being on here.
Thank you. I'm very happy to have you, and I wish you in Dancing with the Blind and Eyes Like Mine, I believe you'd said, all
Yes,
the best in your future endeavors.
thank you.
Take care of yourself.
You too.